architected this, and that's how the aliens built the pyramids. It's all connected, people. Yeah, get him! What the? Ugh, install driver now?
Lock of the week always lands.
Yeah. Good legends! Oh, that was a good one. How are we, boys? What's up? How is everyone? Oh my god, there's so many people here already. Like the stream. L, throat clearing? No, that was good throat clearing, Eric. That was amazing throat clearing. Stop moaning in my ear, you creep. No, it's so good. How are we, guys? What's good? How are you, Justin Kennedy? What's up, Meat Rocket? What's up, Jock? How are you, mate? Shout out to Scotland. How are you, Eric? How are you, mate? What's up, MMA Master? Oh, your picks, MMA Master. Your picks were so bad this week. How the hell did you only get 6 right? Oh, my God. How are we, boys? What's up, Moody Wizard? Good to see you. How are you, Blul? The Hex files are real. There is CCTV footage of Nacho putting me in a guillotine. I sent it to Bilal and Nacho last night. They can confirm the Hex files are real. How is everybody? What's up, Eric? Good to see you, man. How are you, BBC Junior? Are you giving me my D word part? Can I use the word digger, which is an Australian term of endearance, just by the way YouTube censors. All right, it's what Australian Anzac soldiers refer to each other as. I've got my D word pass. So good. Me Rocket now owes Justin Kennedy $10 for claiming to be first incorrectly. I like that. That's true. I back that completely. Yeah, send it over. Meat Rocket, we need your PayPal in the description. PayPal, put it up there. How are you, UFC Sabbath? Good to see you, mate. Haven't seen you for a while. I'm coming for the top 10. I got the bad picks out of the way. Oh, yeah, you did. Oh, you did horribly on picks. The worst anyone's ever done. Just terrible. Just terrible. What made the 2 fingers so smelly? Yeah, mum. That was rude. Shouldn't have said that. I apologize. How are you, Noob Cake? About time you got here for a nice early stream. What is this? No. Good that you finally got here, Noob Cake. You were late yesterday. Very disappointed in you, young lady. Eric just says the word penis. Meat Rocket now is alright. This is all just a great time. Everyone's just having a great time. Have I missed anyone? What's up, Simply Kudos? Good to see you, mate. Yo, Dougie, want to do a picks video for UFC Seattle? I was going to go because it's 2 hours away, but I cannot, unfortunately, due to recent event. You want to do like a collaboration video, like you and me record a single video together for UFC Seattle? I'm not against it if I have time, but I don't usually have time to do collaborations. But I will look at when the card is and how much work I have coming up, and I will DM you on Instagram, Good Noodle MMA. Noobcake loving Nacho's lock of the week. Nate Diaz is the lock of the week. I don't know if Nate will get it done, man. Mike Perry's been active. Nate hasn't been active. Stop moaning. No. Don't like it. Don't like the noise. BKFC needs to promote better. That's why we are doing BKFC Tuesdays. from now on. 13-1 last week. Very well done, BBC Junior. You should join our picks group if you're not already in there. My picks were a disgrace. They were terrible, mate. Lemos disappointed as usual. She always does. The Sex Files, they exist. They do exist. Did the Hex Files get released and I missed it? The Hex Files got released yesterday, except for the CCTV-esque footage of Nacho putting me in a standing guillotine. That is up to Nacho and Bilal because you can see them in the footage. They will dox themselves. This guy's phone was ringing. I'm sorry, you don't have a life. I'm sorry, your phone never rings, mate. I'm sorry. Well, you normally stream at this time, not an hour earlier, right? Around this, it all depends when I finish my actual job. Noob cake, so, you know. PayPal in the description. Dougie trying to steal Justin Kennedy's $10. Exactly right. Alright, cool. Noob cake, if you're a real fan, you would know. Noob cake would just be able to feel it when I'm about to go live. Eric just feels it. Eric knows from about 1 a.m. in the morning till about 3 a.m. in the morning, you just stay on Dougie's corner and you just keep refreshing non-stop. Eric uses it to buy me dinner. All right, nothing gets me harder like a Dougie's Corner stream. That's disgusting, Bilal, but I'm happy for you. I'm happy that I make you happy, like a $2. BKFC is goated. Yes, it is. So, this is the Tuesday stream, or Monday for you Americans, or Tuesday morning for you Europeans. Have I got plaster on me? What is this? What is this? You don't want to know. You don't want to know. You don't want to know what that was on me. How are you, MMA Dinger? Good to see you. It's my Dinger MMA. Yes, as Good Noodle has pointed out, BKFC is goated. How are you, Cheddarhead? Good to see you, mate. I hope that you're well. This is BKFC Tuesday, so we can still talk a little bit about whatever MMA news you want. That's all right. Alex Pereira signing an 8-fight contract. But the thrust of today's stream is going to be about the recap of BKFC Newcastle, where the Scotsman went running in fear at the terror that was an Englishman. Once again, the Scottish tried to pick a fight with the English and completely failed within the first round. Normal stuff for Scotland. And then we will look ahead at this week's BKFC card and see if we can find some fun highlights or some fun interviews and just get to know the characters of the BKFC so we can be a little bit more invested together for when the UFC does go through its slumps. Right now we're in a UFC high moment, but we will be back in a UFC slump. So it's a good idea to have a little bit of salt with our UFC while we're enjoying the UFC combat sports. Just have a side dish of BKFC. You're still in the top 9. Well done, Alex. Well done. I need more Crazy Horse Barnett fights. Yes, that is fucking perfect for the BKFC. Nacho has a Dustin Poirier gilly. He does, mate. I broke out of it so easily. You'll see it in the footage one day, if Nacho and Bilal ever choose to release it. Your phone linging. I know, it's 3 a.m. over here. There you go. That's a funny one. Does Dougie like getting choked out? I do not like getting choked out, actually. Rub that area harder. That's disgusting. Stop rubbing one out to me, rubbing one out. Dougie still has burn holes from the Vietnamese cigarettes. I mean, they just burn so quickly over there. Cheddarhead's the GOAT. Cheddarhead is the GOAT. Name all the BKFC champs. I couldn't even name one of them. Mike Perry is the king of violence, which is apparently their version of the BMF belt. It's not a real championship. Mick Terrell, mighty Mick Terrell, is the heavyweight champion of Europe. Yes, I can tell you that one. Sharma will be fighting till he's 60 years old. I know he locked himself in for an eternal ever contract with the UFC. Why did he sign an 8-fight contract with the UFC? Alex Pereira, at 38 years old, while other old retired MMA fighters are making millions of dollars on single promotions, decides that he's going to stick with the UFC for the next 8 fights. You got to treat Dougie's Corner like the Muslim religion and stop your daily activities every day for an hour and a half. That's right, Chino. That's right. This is the most important part of all of our days. Do you think you'll be watching the World Cup? Hell no. Hell no. I don't give a shit about that, noob cake. Mike Perry goes with the BKFC. He does. Mike Perry goes with BKFC Tuesdays. This is very true. Apparently the Scot from BKFC was blinded in one eye and got punched in the other eye and went fully blind. He did. So he went blind for 20 minutes. He's a madman. The Scotsman is an absolute madman. He went into a BKFC fight. Shall we bring it up? Let's bring it up. Let's bring up the recent event here. Right, so this was BKFC Newcastle. I need to log in. Oh, shit. Hang on a second. Hang on. Don't share my login details with the chat. Ooh, that was close. 1 second here, chat. I'm so professional, I chose to log in early. I should have logged in before I went live. I need a producer. Does anyone want to be my producer for $0 a year? You only have to work every day for an hour and a half. If you get anything wrong, I'll yell at you. Is that a fair compromise? What do you guys reckon? Is that a fair, good deal? Why does it say log in again? Watch full event. I would like to watch the full event. How do you watch the full event? I don't know. BKFC. Am I logged in? I'm logged in as my whole name. That's good to know. Does it show the fight? It does show the fight. Right. All right. We're good to go. I can now share the fight with you guys. Let me circle back around and not skip some chats because I'm missing some chats. Let me circle back around and then we'll dive back in. Where was I up to? Apparently the Scott from the BKFC got blinded in one eye. Yeah, he did. Madness, Chedhead. Absolutely madness. So Poetard is going to break his foot at least 8 more times. Essentially, yeah, that's how he's going to weasel out of this contract, I reckon. I only know 3 BKFC guys that aren't retired UFC guys. Crazy Charles Barnett, Rothwell, and that one tattooed up chick. Well, don't worry, Junior. Be here every whatever night it is for you tonight. Probably Monday night, you being an American. And every Tuesday, we're going to sprinkle in some BKFC. Alex is trapped into the UFC for years. Yes. How are you, Better MMA? I'm good, man. I'm good. I had a good day at work. I'm alive, you know? So I'm better than I deserve to be honest. I keep trying to find Aspinall versus Probic fight, but it's genuinely scrubbed from the internet. Oh, that's surprising, Good Noodle. That's surprising. John Jones signed an 8-fight deal, fought once and retired. Yeah, I mean, Conor McGregor signed a 7-fight deal. And if you sign these big, long, extended contracts, you're just cooked. You're just cooked. Especially odd choice, since Alex would do better in boxing than most MMA fighters. Well, Recon, just like the fact that MVP is willing to put on like either boxing events or MMA events, like the fact that there is now such a massive open market for retired MMA superstars, for Alex to lock himself in to 8 more fights at the UFC, which you know they're going to drag out the last 2. That's what they do. That's what they're doing to Conor McGregor now. Silly move from Poetan. He pulled the old John Jones, signed an 8-fight deal towards the end of his career. It's really weird. It is really weird. Like, why not just sign a 3-fight deal, do your 3 fights, sign a 2-fight deal, do your 2 fights, and then shop around on the open market? Not even screenshots of the fight. That is weird, Good Noodle. UFC contracts are hella restrictive. We need Muhammad Ali Act for MMA. No, we don't. That would be worse. That would be even worse. That's too much on the other side. Way too much on the other side, BBC Junior. Dick Terrell is my favorite BKFC champion. It's the mighty Mick Terrell. Thank you, Mr. C. Dougie's passport is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How did you know? No, it's 5 zeros. An act that allows the fighters to build themselves up with good prices and have flexible contracts. Yes, but then everything is separated across multiple organizations and the best never end up fighting the best. Although the best never end up fighting the best anyway in MMA, so who cares, really? I produced bad picks. You did produce some terrible, terrible picks yesterday. I'll be your producer and Chin when you yell at me. Well, thank you, Good Noodle. I appreciate that. I don't know how the show would work that way, though. I don't know how people do it. Jew, thank you, Eric. All right, just because I'm trying to Jew you out of your job. You might not have to share that login info, but you better share the $10. What $10? There were no $10. There are no hex files. Pay me in 12 pounds of kangaroo meat a week. I'll produce a video wheel. Kangaroo meat doesn't come in wheels, mate. How are you going to have a Muhammad Ali act for the UFC if Ali is dead and a boxer? It's just the same sort of act, not the exact same name. Lewis Sutherland is in the BKFC? I don't know. It's 2 a.m. here? Not too bad. Crazy Horse fought in the UFC, didn't he? Yes, he did. I need to sleep, but I don't want to. I know exactly how you feel. Barnett never fought for the UFC, only Pride, Ryzen, and other promotions. Oh, there you go. He has a crazy long career. I thought Ben Rothwell was a retired UFC fighter. He is, but he is now No, he's no longer the BKFC's champion. Oh, that's sad. He got beaten last week. I'm so not a casual. Look at me. Look at me with my BKFC lore. Oh, Ben Rothwell was the champion, but he lost 2 weeks ago. Oh, that's... Oh, I'm so not a BKFC casual. What happens if he can't fulfill his contract? Like, what is the worst that could happen? Oh, the UFC will keep you under contract in perpetuity, Noob Cake, which means... if someone like, say, Netflix was to say, hey, Alex Pereira, you've been retired for MMA for 5 years. Do you want $20 million to fight Anderson Silva, who by then would be 90 years old. I'm just pulling a name out of my ass. Hey, Alex Pereira, do you want $20 million to fight Francis Ngannou? He won't be able to do that because legally he'll still be signed to the UFC. Oh shit, I forgot Rothwell was in the UFC. Yes, the mighty Ben Rothwell. I mean, who could forget? I would never forget that Ben Rothwell was in the UFC. I'd never forget such an important and critical detail of our company's beloved lore. Alex is probably getting $10 to $15 million a fight. Stop pocket watching. I don't think he is, Nacho. I don't think he is. I think at best he is getting $7 million a fight. Conor McGregor's best contract, I believe, was $12 million. That was Conor McGregor's best contract, was $12 million. John Jones was on $7 million for a 7-fight deal. I don't think they're giving Alex Pereira 10 to 15. I think 7 would be the more appropriate figure there. And 7 over 8 fights at 38. Is he going to remain so active where he does 3 fights a year? I don't know. I don't know, Nacho. I don't know. And again, I'm not saying this is like an Alex hater. Like, I'm framing this in the way of like, I would like to see Poatan get more money. Number one, stay in the UFC, but sign a 2-fight deal. And then just roll over 2-fight deals. Keep it at 2 fights only, you know, because they're not going to sign a 1-fight deal. 2 or 3-fight deals for Alex Pereira, but give himself the option where he can bounce out and make himself a sick amount of money fighting Francis Ngannou in 5 years' time. You know, that's honestly the best for Alex Pereira, right? With flexible contracts, the champs will finally stop complaining about being underpaid. But then they're all over different promotions. They barely ever fight. If you yell at the great producer of Good Noodle, he will kick you out cold. Mate, I'm like a kangaroo. I can't be knocked out. A Samoan man couldn't knock me out. A Samoan bouncer couldn't finish me, mate. What are you going to do? Your name's literally Noodle. You're a little noodle of a thing. How are you going to knock me out? Keep crushing, Duggo. Thank you, MMA Johnny. And here comes the part where you tear me down after the compliment. Yeah, I agree with Nacho. He's probably got a massive rise. I don't think he's got a rise as big as Conor McGregor, Cheddarhead. The Ali guarantees CTE and head movement. That is true. Poor Ali. They gave Poatad, Conor Ben money and cut everyone else's wages by 50%. Just by the way, we have no idea how much money they gave Alex Pereira. We have no idea. I'm merely guessing 7%, $7 million, because that's what they gave John Jones for a 7-fight contract. So, you know, $15 million is like, you're assuming that Alex Pereira is as big of a star as Conor McGregor in his peak. I mean, he just isn't. He's just like, I like Alex. Alex is without a doubt one of the biggest stars in the UFC today. Might be arguable that Khamzat Chimaev is a bigger star. He does seem to pull bigger numbers. But Alex Pereira and Khamzat Chimaev are not of the superstar level that Conor McGregor was at his peak. So why would they be receiving that kind of paycheck? Look at me with my BKFC lore. Fight happened a few days ago. A few weeks ago, actually, Eric. Plus, rankings don't matter anymore. Might as well let the champs be cross-organizational champs. Imagine Tapuria being in Rise in PFL and UFC champs simultaneously. I mean, you do raise a good point with that, Junior. You do. I've lost my spot. There it is. We need Rico versus Francis in MVP. They tried to make that fight. Rico Verhoeven didn't want to do it. They did try and make that fight. Never forget the great Ben Rothwell. Water is wet when the UFC offers you a very long contract. It's a trap. I'm surprised that I'm getting pushback on this. Number one, everyone knows that this is a trap. Everyone has seen this happen to Conor McGregor and John Jones. Number two, I'm not saying I don't want to see Alex fight in the UFC anymore. Number three, I'm advocating for Alex Pereira to have a way where he can make more money at the end of his career. This seems like all logical wins for Alex Pereira. This seems like the right take here, but of course, this is MMA, so you have to receive pushback no matter what. They announced Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. I say the fight won't be as big as the White House card. People push back, go, yes, it will be. They add fucking Francis Ngannou and Nate Diaz to that card. Now I say it's going to be bigger than the White House card. People say stop glazing that card. This is just MMA. It's just, you could fucking point at the sky and say it's blue, and they would go, actually, it's cloudy today. It's great. MMA is just, it's impossible to everyone have the same fucking take. You'd think saying Alex Pereira deserves to get paid more money somewhere else at the end of his career and not be entrapped by the UFC later on is a fairly, like, not retarded take, but hey, we're on MMA YouTube. Boxing was like the UFC before the Ali Act. Now boxing champions get compensated well, are paid post-retirement, and aren't restricted with predatory contracts. Yes, but there are 1,000 organizations out there and 1 million belts. That is the downfall of it, BBC Junior. I bet it's closer to $15 million if he signed an 8-fight contract, but I don't understand why, Cheddar. Like, please elaborate. John Jones signed a 7-fight contract for $7 million a fight. Why does one extra fight bump that up to $15 million a fight? The height of Conor McGregor's selling power. I don't get it. Is Nate Diaz the most popular fighter out of the Netflix and White House card? I would say so, yeah. Bro, Alex should fight as often as they let him if he's making that kind of money. Yeah, but fighters get entrapped. Alexander Volkanovski wanted to fight more than once last year, and the UFC just didn't offer him fights because they wanted to hold him for Australia. This is the problem, right? The UFC is in charge of your schedule. You can say, I want to fight more. MVP's been complaining about this. MVP has been pushing to be as active as possible because he's on a very nice contract, and they only save him for the England cards now and Saudi Arabian cards, and the Saudi Arabian cards are on at the same time zone as Europe. This is the problem when you give the UFC all of your power. It's not as easy as saying just punch through the fights. Conor McGregor has tried to punch through his last 2 fights for the last 3 years. They're holding him off. There's a trade-off as lower-level boxers are paid little, but rely heavily on the sponsorships. That is true, Junior. Most low-level boxers get their money from sponsors rather than the organizations. Also very true, Junior. Also very true. To play the devil's advocate, Alec is a champ, and which promotion would want a champ that is going to bounce around after only defending the belt 2 times? One-off organizations, which is what like things MVP is doing. They're doing big one-off shows. Yeah, but it's reverse logic. I hit so hot, soft, it's hard. You turn into a Prime Smith curling up into a ball on the ground. My God, his first shot was just light. The second one is surely going to be even worse. Get into a ball. Defensive position. Tuffa could maybe KO you if he doesn't get tired. He couldn't. Someone of Tuffa's race attempted it, wasn't able to pull it off. I shouldn't be bragging on the internet about how I can't be slept, because someone is going to run up and fucking king hit me one day. Please don't king hit me. Please, I don't want to die on concrete. I could see Alex making $10 million a fight till he retires. Just endless super fights, to be honest, until he retires. But you guys are just... You're just saying I could see him make it. How? Connor was pulling 15. Alex isn't as big as Connor. You guys I just have a feeling for some reason that the UFC have suddenly become really generous. What is this argument I'm getting from the chat? No, Doug, he's on 10, 15 million. How? Well, because the UFC just decided to open their fucking wallet all of a sudden. What? Why? What points to this? Any reasonable thing to point to this, please? Francis Ngannou heard it was impossible to get out of a UFC contract, and he said, hold my motorcycle, I'm retarded. The UFC sees what is going on now, and they knew they had to lock Alex down. He's not going to sign for 8 fights if it isn't for big dollars. He seemed very happy with the deal. He did seem very happy with the deal. I do think they do realize they need to lock down one of their biggest superstars in Alex Pereira. I just don't see why they are opening up their wallets all of a sudden. Maybe they are. Maybe they are. I just don't see... I don't see any evidence to suggest that other than I got a feeling. I'm just getting... chat is just, I've got a feeling maxing. Rico didn't want to fight Francis because he could fight a much smaller Usyk for $30 or $40 million. Yes, he is sticking to the Chael Sonnen route, which is the easiest fight possible for the most amount of money. Alex will retire with 4 fights left on that contract. That's exactly what I think, MMA Master. That's exactly what I think. Goated Stream was when the Dark Lord got Dougie's stream shut down for playing his interview. Yes! Oh my God, you guys have no idea how it was in the early days of Dougie's Corner streams. I had no idea how to get around the YouTube AI censorship, and my shit would just get shut down. I tried to watch a Dricus Duplessis fight, that got shut down. The great Ben Rothwell interview, that got shut down. Yeah, it was annoying times, mate. Alex has like 3 fights left, and he ever wants to come back on a boxing card, he is forced to fight out the rest of his contract. Yes, and you know, when he does get towards 6 fights and he has 2 fights left on his deal, the UFC are going to draw him out. Alex has now been trapped by 2 gold diggers and Dana, which now that I think of it, Dana is the 3rd gold digger that has tricked him. That's what I think, Justin Kennedy. Let's run a poll. Let's chat. Let's all run a poll. Let's run a poll. Was Alex Pereira signing? Is that how you spell signing? Signing? Singing? That says singing. Sign. S-I-N-G. Signing. I know how to spell it. Signing. I did spell it right. Hell yeah. Anyway, let's let the chat decide. Was Alex Pereira signing an 8-fight deal a good or a bad idea, chat? Good idea or bad idea? Let's see what the chat reckon. Is Jeremy Stevens on a 1-fight contract? He keeps leaving and coming. Yeah, I don't know what is going on with Jeremy Stevens, to be honest, Junior. I mean, the UFC don't do 1-fight contracts. I don't understand how he gets this special privilege. Pereira said the money was so good, he let the UFC decide how many fights was on the deal. Okay. Could be, but $7 million a fight is fucking good money. $7 million, you know, when you convert that over to Brazilian pesos, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of pesos, mate. Jeremy Stevens keep getting 1-fight contract. He found a loophole or something. I don't know whose cock he is sucking. Oh, Dougie, I saw the Ronda Rousey face-off. I don't know the other lady, but I'm assuming she's pretty famous. Her name is Gina Carano, Noobcake, and she was the superstar of Strikeforce 20 years ago. Strikeforce was a competitor organization to the UFC, and she was essentially the first real face of women's MMA. And then Ronda Rousey became the biggest star of women's MMA. So you have the original star of women's MMA versus the biggest star of women's MMA ever happening over on Netflix. Co-headlined by Francis Ngannou, who is the lineal UFC heavyweight champion and left one of the few fighters to get out of their UFC contract via the sunset clause. And then underneath that, you have Nate Diaz, who is just one of the biggest superstars in MMA in general, who also left the UFC. I think Nate Diaz is bigger now, but peak Ronda Rousey stardom back in the early 2010s was absolutely massive. Oh yeah, she was huge. Imagine Volk becoming Ryzen champ when the UFC ghosted him for 9 months. That would be awesome. True. Dougie is Hardwick maxing. I'm not Hardwick maxing at all. I'm right here. The fighters need to unionize. That would be bad for us, but good for them. MVP is now the top MMA organization. No, but it is doing what the UFC used to do by putting on the biggest show possible. Support the pending cases against the UFC? No. The UFC is only obligated to offer you 2 fights per year, so they can offer you 2 unfavorable matchups every year and keep you sidelined so you can't go to boxing. Not only that, better MMA, but if they offer you a fight on short notice and you turn it down, that's good enough for them offering you a fight. So they can say, Alex Pereira, do you want to take this fight in 3 days' time? Or any fighter, do you want to take this fight in 3 days' time? And if the fighter turns that fight down, that is considered them offering you a fight. The UFC contract was in English, not in Portuguese. True, but the dollars will convert very nicely over to pesos, mate. Where am I up to? I've lost my spot. Hang on a second. He seemed happy with the deal. We did that one. Goated stream. We did that one. Oh, Dougie, I saw that one. Dougie's Hardwick maxing. Where am I? How are you, Toad? Good to see you, man. I hope you're well. Mobzar is going to dominate Lerone Murphy. Bum was getting ragdolled by bloody Dan Ige, I think. Yeah, I'm obviously going to be picking Mobzar of Loyev. That shouldn't be a shock to anyone. Alex is too old for 8 more UFC fights. I know. Francis is one of the smartest businessmen. Sure, he's not good for the fans, but you got to be selfish. Yeah, in a way, like, Francis has managed to maximize the amount of profit he is getting from every organization that he has touched. So, in a way, Francis is winning the game of MMA. It's been a long time since McGregor got that contract. What would the adjustment be from inflation? Inflation, I said. Inflation. It has been a long time since McGregor got that contract. What would the adjustment be for inflation? I said it twice! Oh my god, I want to die! Inflation. It has been a long time since Conor McGregor got that contract. What would the adjustments be from inflation? I don't know if that makes a difference, but I'm just playing devil's advocate. Well, there's obviously inflation, but then on top of inflation, there is the fact that Conor's contract is heavily based on pay-per-view points, and pay-per-view doesn't exist in their biggest market, America, anymore. So that is very unlucky for Conor McGregor. The chat's just laughing at me. Inflation. Fuck. Nacho cut off too much blood. Fuck. I'm so fucking retarded. God damn it. Oh, God. Inflation. That's so nice to say. I hate inflation. Inflation. Why does that come out of my face? Oh, I hate myself so much. Oh, I'm embarrassed and on the internet. Doesn't matter. Move on, Dougie. I don't know if Usyk is easier, but he doesn't have the same power as Ngannou. Yes, that is very true. Like, do you want to be locked in a cage with Ngannou or in a boxing ring with Usyk? You'd take Usyk, right? That is, number one vote is definitely for Nacho. There's 3 now. The contract gives all the power to the UFC. That's why the Ali Act directly combats it. If it was another job, outrage. Yeah, if it was any other job, there would be outrage. Especially since they're not employees. They're independent contractors, but are locked into 10-year deals with the UFC. I love the UFC, but I can say they are definitely very predatory. Yeah, their contracts are insanely predatory. And what is crazy is the Zuffa boxing contracts are even worse than the UFC contracts. So why any boxer is signing up to Zuffa boxing, I have no idea. Like the stream, guys. Like the stream. We will get into the BKFC stuff as the stream peters out a little bit. It usually takes about an hour for everyone to have their say. Like the stream, guys. Like the stream. I love the PFL. They have the smartest cage. Yeah, but unfortunately they have the dumbest organizers. Tom should get out of his contract to fight Francis Ngannou. I think Tom will go the Francis Ngannou route, which means Tom will have 2 fights and then just sit out for a year or 2 years waiting for his contract to inevitably sunset. I want to see the people who say the Alex contract is good. Yeah, it depends on the money he's getting. And people are just like, I got a feeling he's getting a lot of money. Ronda versus Gina is the women's John Jones versus Aspinall. I would say Ronda versus Gina is the women's GSP versus Anderson Silva, Chino. If Dougie was Hardwick maxing, he'd be in a wheelchair with his jaw wired shut. Exactly, and I wouldn't be able to say such amazing words like inflation. MVP is doing what Bellator used to do and headline old UFC fighters. Hilarious that the new fans are acting like this is something that will be a long-term successful. I don't think it's designed to have long-term success, Nacho. I think they might just do one MMA show every... I said this in my video today. One MMA show every 2 years, one MMA show once a year. And they'll do what Bellator used to do, is just take old names. But I don't think they're going to try and set up their own league like Bellator did. Let's wrap up the poll. So, 16 people voted on this poll. Is this a good idea for Alex Pereira to sign an 8-fight deal with the UFC? 31% said it was. 69% said, no, I don't think it's a very good idea. I agree with most of the chat here. Looks like I was wrong. Most of the chat do seem to be aligned. CT, Dougie, inflation, True Nacho, this has happened for years and they all go out of business. Yeah, but they're not trying to run a whole organization here that's going to put on a show every single month like Bellator did. Nacho cut off too much blood. MVP is the new GFL. Inflation, so nice, I had to say it twice. That's my new favorite word, retard maxing. Okay. I have a heart monitor, I have extremely low BPM, and I get lightheaded, and I'm deficient in all vitamins. Well, thank you for sharing your medical history with us, BBC Junior. Eat some fucking go eat some liver. Eat some liver, eat some red meat. Take a multivitamin. Go-to-Tan always makes the right decision. How are you, real Bruce Wayne? I know we need K-Dot in here. If K-Dot was in here, he'd be like trying to spank me over suggesting that Alex Pereira made a bad decision. You spent too much time in Vietnam. They have crazy inflation. Actually, their inflation is quite good. It's only 20 baht to the dollar or something. Did you just say I love... No. Very high voted poll. Very highly voted poll. Golden Boy had a super fight of Tito versus Liddell 3. Yeah, just a one-off fight. That's all it is. I think the problem with the other organizations is they aren't nearly as active with their cards. Most average 2 every month, maybe less. Again, I don't think MVP is trying to build like a league here. Like Bellator was trying to build a league, a promotion. I think MVP are just trying to put on a great show. Just one show. Maybe they'll do one MMA show every 2 years, maybe one a year. I really do think they're just trying to put on a big show. They might do a mixed show next year where it's a couple of boxing fights, a couple of MMA fights, maybe some grappling matches. I mean, that's what one championship do, so they might just be mixing it up a little bit. Grown man says inflation. Bro thinks he's Docky's corner. Liver is disgusting. Yeah, liver is disgusting, but it is the Earth's multivitamin. Right, let's check out this BKFC fight and see what happened here between the mighty Mick Terrell and the Soy Scotsman, as the Soy Scotsman gets punched in the eye. The mighty Mick Terrell and the Soy Scotsman. Let's go and check this out. This was BKFC on this weekend. It was on at the exact same time as the UFC was on. Let me see if we can add in the stream here. Ghost McFarlane versus Terrell. Boom, boom, boom. That's quite good there. We'll just Do it in the mini mode here like this. Beautiful. Beautiful. We'll bring it up like this so it's reversed so the BKFC don't copyright strike me. And then we'll move forward and we'll look at this week's card. We'll see who's on it. We'll see if we can chase down some highlights. I really enjoyed the Mick Terrell interviews that I saw last year. Like I was saying, I feel like it was a bit of a Michael Bisping sort of thing for me, where I was getting into MMA right at the arse end of Michael Bisping's career, and I fell in love with Michael Bisping, and then he just pretty much instantly got slimed out and retired. But Mick Terrell ended up winning this one. Let's go past all the intros. Oh, look at that, mate. Why did the Scotsman even think that he could take him on? Let me read some chats. I saw some comment that he is an option after 4 or 5 fights. I saw some comment that he has an option after 4 or 5 fights, but I don't know about the validity of that claim. That sounds like the opposite of what the UFC do, real Bruce Wayne. They want to lock fighters in for as long as possible. I love the BKFC post the fights on YouTube. Yep. I don't know why the UFC don't do that. Well, the BKFC don't do that for every fight. Did you see Bryce call jiu-jitsu gay with the boot scoot? They have been gaying it out, brother. You need to go to a gym that doesn't do that boot scooting stuff. I did say that. Jock's just clicked away from the stream for this segment. Yeah, weird. Where's Jock gone? Jock's gone running. He was talking so much about McFarlane. If my bowl of soup doesn't have some liver or a big bone in it, I send it back. Now you are living the proper Vietnamese lifestyle. Would you rather be Terrell or Hardwick? I'd rather be Terrell. Terrell won. I had the fortune to watch Khabib in his prime. So did I, Junior. Fell in love with the man and the man left. Classic Dougie take. What? What have I done? What have I happened now? Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, all right, that's just gay. Was the fight when I was at the fight when Bisping got KO'd? No shit. So the bloke in the tartan shorts here on your left chat. This is the Scottish bloke, McFarlane. Gastelum did Bisping real dirty. Bisping never should have been in that fight. One big uppercut. Couple of big upper shots straight across the bow. You love a bit of a scrap in the BKFC. You love a bit of a brawl. This is what we want to see. Pub fights, violence, actual blood and bone. This is what it's all about here. Nasty uppercuts, Eddie. I meant McFarlane got both those bums mixed up. Well, fair enough. I'd rather be... So who would I rather be? I'd rather be McFarlane. His vision came back. And this is where McFarlane starts freaking out. There's an exchange here. Pushes him off. And McFarlane's like, hang on a second. I can't fucking see anything. The fighter waves it. The referee waves it off, as he should, because the fighter is saying, I can't see. McFarlane is literally like freaking, which, you know, I get. He is absolutely freaking out. He can't see shit. He's gone completely blind. He's having a fucking panic attack. The poor bastard. Look at his face. Oh my god, the poor bastard is freaking out. He's looking around. He's like screaming at his corner. The look on his face. And that's when he says, I've only got one eye. He tells the doctor, I've only got one eye. They sit him down, and you can see him, I've only got one eye. And he's been smashed in the other eye. So his good eye has just been caved in. And he's freaking out to the fucking doctor. The doctor comes over and they're like, what do you mean? So this is the shot that clipped him. This one over the top here. Bang, right in the side of the head. Yeah, the referee is kind of in the way here. Let's have a look. Fucking crack right in the side of his head. Bang. Bang. Stings him, wobbles him. Poor bastard. Let me read some chats. And then we'll go ahead and we'll look at the time for next week's card. It is going to be in America. Oh, that works for us because we've got an English card this week at the UFC. So we'll break down the time for the next week's card. We'll post it in the Discord and then we'll see some highlights of the fighters. Good evening, fellas. How are you? Loyalty business. Good to see you, man. Both guys look like a tatted up Sutherland. They do, man. Broken orbital makes you blind. Yeah, especially when your other eye already doesn't work. Very true. Probably a terrible orbital fracture. He said his vision came back to him after 20 minutes. Aspinall maxing. Okay, Tom Aspinall. You know, he had to have surgery. Let's leave Tom Aspinall out of this, all right? All that for 5K. All of that for fucking 5K, mate. Imagine going blind for 5K. What other job could get a guy other than a bare knuckle? What other job could that guy get other than bare knuckle fighting? But this is what I'm saying, right? This is how the UFC used to be. People like this. This is how MMA used to be, with absolute savages like that. Now in MMA, they're all proper athletes. But in the BKFC, they're all just drunk bastards that can't get a job anywhere else, that just want to scrap. This is what 2002 MMA was like, I imagine. Good eye, Bilal belongs to Bilal. The good eye only belongs to Bilal in the chat. Will Bilal and Nacho choose to ever release the Hex files? Why the fuck would you do bare knuckle if you only have one eye? Literally Darwin maxing, but this is what we want to see. It's like how we all used to watch Jackass back in high school. Well, not all of us, because some of you, Jackass was over by the time you went. When I was in high school, back when I was a lad, 100 years ago, back when I was in high school, back when the entire world was in black and white, before color television had been made, and I was in high school, there used to be this show called Jackass, and the show was just about people hurting themselves. And it was a great show. That was a great show. And this is what the BKFC brings us. That kind of energy, right? Where am I up to? I didn't get a notification. How long have you been live for? 42 minutes. Doesn't the stream fly when you're having fun? You would think they would show a replay angle where the ref is not in the way. They did. I just didn't catch it. Bare knuckle doesn't require much talent, just toughness, which is what I like. That is why we are going to be sprinkling it onto our diet of combat sports. Eyeless merchant. He is an eyeless merchant. That's true. Dougie maxing. All right. Then we don't need that just because I invented a new word today. I was listening to Bisping chat shit for an hour. Wow. So you left me for Bisping. Really unloyal, Jim. Those jokes were just talking about Bisping. I get it, mate. Dougie said he fell in love with Bisping. I did fall in love with Bisping. I did. How many steps above Power Slap is BKFC? 2 steps. 2 steps. It's just enough to count as a proper combat sport. Let's get Tracy Cortez into the BKFC to knock out another eyelash. Tracy Cortez versus that blonde chick with the fake tits. Not Michael Venom Page. What's her name? You know the one. Her last name's Page. She was in the BKFC. UFC is literally the only other sports organization to trap athletes into their contracts with limited no sponsorships, and athletes have no bidding power. I know, but they don't ever unionize. It's literally the athlete's own fault. Steve-O was an idiot. Steve-O was and still is an idiot. Jackass is American. Get your own thing. All we had was American television, mate. The only Australian show that we had was called Neighbours, and it was gay. The Dudesons were the OG. The Dudesons were the OG before Jackass. For you fucking guys, how are you, Mitch? I'm doing great, man. How are you, brother? Are you ready for the Stormland to win a belt? I went to see a technical bare knuckle match. I have yet to see what I want to see a technical. I want to see a technical bare knuckle. There are no technical bare knuckle matches. Back was in high school. What? When Moses was still splitting the Red Sea. I actually got to see Jesus in the flesh. It was great, mate. What's the most technical BKFC match ever? I don't think they've ever had a technical BKFC match. When I was a kid, I remember walking while my dad was watching Jackass, and all I saw was a woodpecker attacking a man's penis. This was the kind of television that we had. You know? A woodpecker attacking a penis. It was great. I came from Bisping and I saw that you were live. Well, thank you for being here, Loyalty Business. I appreciate it. I'm very interested to see how you pick this week. Yeah, it's going to be a weird week for picks. I started looking at the card today. Obviously, we're going with Movzar Evloyev. Obviously, we're going with MVP. These are the two real obvious picks of the card. Yeah, I'll be watching more fights this week and getting into it. Tracy Cortez versus me. Winners get to do whatever they want with her. Tracy Cortez versus Eric the therapist. And Eric will do whatever he wants to. And we know what Eric wants to do. Sit her down and ask her about her feelings. Just chat to me about your fetish. That's why he's the therapist. He's going to chase a girl down an alleyway, drag her into an empty room, and then just gently sit her down and get him to explain why her dad traumatized her so much by telling her not to go out dressed as a slut. He's a helpful guy, Eric the therapist. He's a helpful guy. Get back into the UFC Cathedral Church and pray for quality fights. We've got a good run coming up. I'm not... Like, last week when I started BKFC Tuesdays, I was very upset with the UFC. But in the span of 7 days, things have gotten way better. There are way more fun fights coming down the pipeline. I'm just going to keep this up so we stay a little bit connected to the BKFC because the UFC will inevitably get shit again. It works in cycles. Dirty Sanchez was goated, basically the British jackass, and they were way more wild. I do remember having to pirate Dirty Sanchez DVDs off a Croatian kid at high school. All the biggest MMA managers are loyal to Dana and screw over their own fighters. Yeah, they do. Ali Abdelaziz might go to prison. The courts have asked Ali Abdelaziz to release Dominance's messages between, well, the emails. They've asked Dominance, which is the company that Ali Abdelaziz runs, that is the fighter management company, to release emails. And Dominance has just been like, no, we're not releasing the emails. There are no emails. The emails have been destroyed somehow. That's contempt of court. There is a real chance that Ali gets fined quite a lot of money. I don't think he'll go to prison because he's rich. Everyone watches American TV. We are the capital of the earth. We're the capital of the earth, Cheddarhead. We're the capital of the earth. Why isn't kangaroo a common dish in Australia? Is it too lean? Yeah, it's just too lean. It's available at every grocery store, but it's just too lean. Artem beat a legit boxer. That says a lot about the BKFC. Yeah, it's just fun. I sent a wholesome thing on Instagram. I bet it wasn't. Oh, don't share it, Dougie. Let's have a look. I bet it wasn't, Eric. I bet it wasn't. Instagram. Let's have a look. What is this wholesome thing that Eric has sent me on Instagram? Messages. Eric. Oh, this is a woman screaming. I've seen this. This is a mother in Russia screaming as her son gets the living piss beaten out of her. I have seen that one, Eric. Yeah, that's a good one. The mum is just in absolute shambles and tears. Sam Patterson via KO. I mean, who does that to the great Danny Barlow? You're not actually going to pick Sam Patterson. Like, you're going to cheer for Sam Patterson, but you're not actually going to put Sam Patterson on your Tapology, are you? I thought Eric was the therapist. Eric is a therapist. It's MMA related. It is MMA related. Yep. Went from 21 degrees Celsius to minus 4 degrees Celsius in the span of 2 days. That's insane. And people clown on Melbourne's weather. Goated pick, Nacho. Terrible pick. Therapy is gay. Go to a priest. Go for a run. Lift some weights. Drink some raw milk. Let's go down with Ali. Get him, yeah. That's right. Nacho, can I get 12 locket? No. Capital of the Earth. We are just the mini land inside of the ice wall. Well, you know, the capital of the Earth is that small country inside of the Middle East that tells America what to do. You guys eat koalas and shit? No, we don't eat koalas. They're riddled with syphilis. In the BKFC, McKinney would smoke Makachev. Yes. Yes, he would. I might actually pass away from laughter if Patterson pulls it off. I might just shut down. I might just delete my Tapology if Sam Patterson pulls it off. I might just delete my Tapology. Sam Patterson has been locked into my Tapology for weeks. No, you're not serious, Jim. You're not serious. Right, this week's BKFC event. Let's go to the homepage of BKFC and let's have a look at the card. What's coming up this week? Live events. We got the weigh-in coming up immediately. We got the weigh-in and a Q&A. So we have this week for the BKFC, we have got a press conference for BKFC 87 Hollywood. This will be on Friday at 10 a.m. Awesome. I'll be able to listen to this at work. We are going to have a press conference for the BKFC. That is awesome. Then this Friday is Stewart versus GAFFIE. No, this Saturday. So, I want to know what time will this be? Come here. What time will this be? Will it be at the end of this countdown in Melbourne, London, New York, and LA? And then there's the countdown. Let's see. Let me read some chats while the AI figures this one out. Sam Patterson, we did that one. When are the odds for that fight? What are the odds for that fight? For Sam Patterson versus MVP? Is that the one you mean, Justin Kennedy? The guard is almost useless. The guard is almost useless in BKFC. Shoulder rolls and head movement are the primary defense. The ring is too small and too easy to cut off. Yes, and also the body shots in BKFC are disgusting. Just disgusting. The body shots in BKFC are horrible. Because obviously without the gloves, you can't really like cover your face. Usually boxers, they'll put their hands around here and the gloves will cover their face and they'll lean down and be able to cover their bodies as well. But in the BKFC, you have to be all the way up or all the way down. It's really, really fun. If Danny Silver is not Nacho's lock of the week, he gets tarred and feathered. We could do that. I could take Nacho. I could tar and feather him. Is Hollywood, Florida as gay as Hollywood, California? Probably. Patterson is young and hungry, and he has a thirst for sliming them out. All right. How are you, Shiloh? Good to see you. Stewart versus GAFFIE. The great Stewart versus GAFFIE Cheddarhead. Patterson is a moderate underdog on Tapology. Nacho knows these things, yeah? Yeah, the Patterson MVP odds. There you go. So Patterson is the moderate underdog. I thought MVP would be a heavy favorite. Murphy has a good chance to beat Movzar. Lerone Murphy, bro, has a good chance, bro. Yeah, I mean, Movzar does get overhyped. I will give you that. Like, Movzar, on paper, lost the first fight to Diego Lopez. He then, what was it? Cheated against Arnold Allen. Arnold Allen should have beaten Movzar. The Aljo fight was very competitive. Like, Movzar is not as uncrackable as people think he is. I just don't think Lerone Mefebra has got the takedown defense or the scrambles needed to hold back Movzar Evloyev, mate. I would use back shots in the BKFC. Disgusting. Why would they just keep one hand up and one hand down to block the head? Why wouldn't they just keep one hand up? Because then you'd be open to the whatever side is open. If anyone picks Burns against Malott, they will be drawn and quartered. No one's picking Burns against Malott. Murphy has got taken down by every person who has shot on him. Yes, ragdolled by Emmett. Yeah, ragdolled by Emmett. Ragdolled by Emmett. I can't pick Murphy, but something is telling me to. Just might be too influenced off the loner. Don't get that crafty with it. I get you guys want to get crafty with it. Please don't get that crafty with it, chat. That's too crafty. Chat, that's just too crafty, chat. Please don't be doing that, chat. That's way, way, way too crafty. Melbourne. London. Melbourne, London, where are we doing? We're going here, we're going here, we're going here. Melbourne, London, New York. LA, beautiful. These are the times for the BKFC card this week. Melbourne, March 21st. I like that. I like that a lot. Will we do a BKFC card watch along this week? I don't know. I'll think about it because the London card is going to be on very early in the morning for me, which I'm obviously not thrilled about. BKFC 87 Hollywood. Let me do this wallpaper. Copy that. Yeah, boys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Put that there. There we go. We got our fight card that we can put in the Discord, chat. You absolutely bloody love to see it, chat. You love to see that, chat. There we go. We have our fight card for this week. We have our timings for this week. This is the BKFC schedule for this weekend. I'll read some chats and then we'll look at the featherweight BKFC champion Stewart to see if we can see some of his highlights. We might chase down some of his interviews as well. All right, where am I up to? Murphy has got taken down by every person. I can't pick Murphy. We did that one. I got the same vibe as my King Green masterclass that we're going to get a Patterson marauding. Who marauds MVP? Like, who does that? I mean, who does that to MVP? You're like, do it, Nacho. I mean, it's your picks, brother. It's your picks. Do it. But, dude, aren't you like 7th right now in the top 10? Don't you want to claw your way? Can't you just root for MVP rather than actually pick him? Movzar is the most overrated fighter in the last year. The most overrated fighter in the last 12 months. Aaron Pico fought in the last 12 months. Evloev will maul Murphy. I think he will. Let's get crafty, chat. Let's not get that crafty, noob cake. That's too crafty. Genuinely seeing a Khabib level performance from Evloev. Yeah, I think Evloev's going to ragdoll him. This is my card. I'll get as crafty as I want. I got crafty last week, enough said. What do I tell you guys? Pick mainly the favorites and then pick 1 or 2 crafty picks. 1 or 2 crafty picks. Now, you could say Patterson and Lerone Murphy, bruv. That's only 2 crafty picks, but that's too crafty. That's way too crafty. That's over too much with the craftiness. I got crafty last week. Iwo Buranovsky by KO over Austin Lane. Here we go. Now Mr. C's talking. When Malott slimes out Burns, let him retire Colby. Colby's never going to fight in the UFC again. Why is an MVP the co-main? I don't know. We must craft max. Too crafty. Tapuria versus Talbot. Who wins? Tapuria. They were getting crafty. You'll think we were sponsored by Kraft Mac and Cheese. Maybe Kraft Mac and Cheese will sponsor me one day. They won't. I say way too many bad words. There's no way. I'm picking all the underdogs forever who compete with my craftiness. Noob Cake is the most crafty ever. I craft Mac so hard for Bellato last week. No one was ready for soft craftsmanship. Can we shut the fuck up? Shut the fuck up. Stop saying crafty. Stop fucking saying crafty, chat. Shut the fuck up. Everyone is just... I'm craft maxing. Shut the fuck up, please. Oh, I'm trapped in a room full of retards. Why did I try and make this my job? Oh my god. It's either talk to the walls or talk to you people. Oh my god, I think I might swallow a shotgun bullet. I'm not making picks until I eat drugs, but I'm leaning on all the whites winning. What the fuck? Cheddarhead, what the fuck? What the fuck, Cheddarhead? I'm not making my picks until I eat drugs, but all the whites are gonna win? What the fuck? I think Shamrock finally gets a win in the UFC over Al Swadi, Al Dahab the Flub. I would go with Shamrock as well. Dougie Lima Marauds MVP. Who? What? I'm rooting for MVP. I've just got the feeling. You got the feel. All right, so you are going to be picking MVP. Thank God. I got a crafty Pina. All right. I'm furious the judges saw how crafty I was in the Philly pick and destroyed my dreams. They did see you getting way too crafty, mate. I craft Max. Fucking hell. I'm crafting my Max right now. We're pick-mogging Dougie so hard with our craft maxing. Did they... What happened when your generation was born? Was like, we got 11 vaccines. You guys got like 32 vaccines. What happened? What happened with your generation where the brain just fell out? We're pick-mogging Dougie so hard with our craft maxing. I hate that I know what that says. I actually hate that I can understand that sentence. I'll give you the Bellato Mastercraft, but I will be the one up with the Khan Offley crafting. I'll give you the Bellato Mastercraft, but I will one-up it with a Khan Offley crafting. You're jealous of our craftiness. Cheddar knows what he's talking about. Up the whites. All right. Nacho's new beverage company is called The Craft, and they make great tea. Oh, my God. Right. Thank God I caught up to the chat. This is the card this weekend. What is the card this weekend? Let's go to Tapology and have a look at the card this weekend. BKFC, Tapology, and we'll find this championship fight. We'll find this championships fights. All right, we've got Tapology, BKFC 87. Kai Stewart is this young man's name. All right, Kai Stewart. He's 25. We got a long time with Kai Stewart. 25 years old. Look at all the... Oh my God, he's a BKFC dominance machine. Jeez, they're all decisions. Maybe this is... Hey, BBC Junior. These are all decisions, mate. Maybe this guy actually fights with some brains. Is there a BKFC fighter that actually has a masterful performance? All right, let's have a look at his last fight against Tommy Stardom. Let's see how he goes against Tommy Stardom. Kai Stewart versus Tommy... Stardom. Kai Stewart versus Tommy Stardom. All right. So, can we search fights on the BKFC website? I guess we go to World Champions. We should be able to find Kai Stewart. There he is, Kai Stewart. And we should be able to unwrapped. Tex James. Kai Stewart, Tommy Star. There it is. What an easy and friendly to use website that the BKFC have made for us. Okay. Let's check out this fight. I want to see his walkout. I want to get a feel for him. I want to see what we're dealing with here, chat. Kai Stewart, he's got a fun mustache. You love a fun I know MMA fans are fans of a man with a fun mustache. I know exactly how you guys are. You bloody get around a fun mustache, no matter what. Let's have a look at his walkout. I guess he walks out second here, yeah, right? Like he'd walk out second because he's the champ. All right, where am I up to? I knew that would piss you off. Dougie's craft beer is the best. Craft beer is quite good. MMA experts tried to do a crafty underdog main event picks for this year. He is 1-6 right now. He's picking Lerone Murphy again. AJ is gonna hang on a second. AJ from MMA experts is gonna go with Lerone Murphy, and he's 1-6. What is he thinking? What is he fucking thinking? Just pick the wrestler, dude. 25. I know, dude. We're kicking 30 people in here, guys. 30 people. Please like the stream. Like the stream, guys. Please like the stream. Subscribe to the channel. I appreciate you guys so much for being here. Dougie getting rage baited by the crafty chacks. Pixmaxing getting graped by the judges. I hate that too. Dougie won't start a Minecraft server because he is scared of our craftsmanship. No, I'm not paying any more goddamn money to run this channel. I'm not paying any more money. I'm not subscribing to another fucking thing. Decision merchant, check the stats of the fights. Yeah, he might be a decision merchant. We'll check it out. They don't punch as hard, so they don't break a hand. So he just takes a little bit off it with each one. Bobby Green style would be fantastic in the BKFC. It really would. It really, really would. Let's move forward a little bit here. Let's watch the champs walk out. All right, here comes the champ. I want to hear it. Kai Stewart. I don't recognize the song. American. From Montana. Great mustache. Oh, you guys can't see the whole window down here. Sorry. There you go, boys. He's got an MMA background. Only one MMA fight, though, I saw on his record. I like it. Oh, yeah, give the mustache a little bit of a tweak. You got to give the mustache a little bit of Vaseline. I love that. Give the mustache a little bit of love as well when you're putting the oil on. You got to give the mustache a little... There you go. Yeah, give it a little flick. That's beautiful stuff. You love to see that. I'll read some chats. MVP was pretty crafty in the BKFC and still lost to the meathead Perry. True. That's just what I meant. You got to have savagery. Anyone from Montana is getting this victory. Dougie is soy maxing. I'm literally watching the toughest combat sport in the world. The smartest thing you can do in the BKFC is stall to a decision. Maybe that's what this guy does. We'll see. Kai Stewart is from the great state of Montana. It's an instant win. I think stalling gets you DQ. Yeah, I wonder if he's boring. Like, I wonder if this is going to be the first boring MMA fighter I've ever seen. A grown man streaming. Yeah, you just say grown man in front of everything and make it sound like an insult. Grown man taking a shit? Is this a grown man taking a shit? Something is also telling me to pick Lerone Murphy, but I'm pushing that evil thing away. Do not pick Lerone Murphy, bro. Don't do it. Grown man chat. Yeah, the grown man thing. Grown man reading text on the... Yeah, great. Yeah. I know. Grown man. I know. You say grown man in front of anything. It sounds... A grown man driving a car to work. Grown man driving a car to work. You don't have a driver yet. You're a grown man. You're driving yourself to work. I was thinking of picking Lerone Murphy, but I was like, oh no, that's a trap. Yeah, dude, no one, please God, do not pick Lerone Murphy, guys, I beg you. Grown man talking about other men being champs. Here we go. Grown man deadlifting, grown man getting rage baited. I wonder who the crowd will be rooting for, the Muslim or the... Okay, Cheddarhead's feeling very racial today. What happened, Cheddarhead? Why are you in this mood today? Grown man watching a half-naked man dance. There we go. Grown man wearing headphones that turn you gay. Montana has a population of 200. They're all inbred. Montanistan? Is that what you're calling him? Grown man with a mustache. Grown man calling another grown man a grown man. Okay. Fucking hyped, bro. Bought a new laptop about an hour ago. The shit's clean as fuck. Nice, Mitch. Love that for you. What is all this? Grown man with a receding hairline. You're broke. Okay. All right. A grown man really paying his taxes. We got to pick Lerone Murphy, bro. Have you guys seen that clip going around? There's a dude, it's on Instagram. There's a dude on a podcast, and he literally says, what grown man pays their electricity bill? It's my electricity. I'm not paying for the electricity. I own that electricity. It's in my house. Real men don't pay their electricity bills. Hilarious shit. Hilarious shit. Grown man blame. We must pick Lerone Murphy. Do not pick Lerone Murphy, Nacho. Do not do it. It's annoying to me. You guys are just memeing out today, huh? Doug, we are transitioning to the BKFC and dirty boxing to save our sexuality. You're exactly right, James. Well, you're not James. You're James's advocate. I'd love to know what your name is, James's advocate. Should I just call you Mr. Advocate? What name should I give you? I don't care if my picks are bad. Lerone Murphy is going to win this. Lerone Murphy is not going to win this. Oh, he's fixing his mustache again. I'm getting real Führer-esque energy from this guy. This guy is giving the comb over, the mustache. This young man, Kai Stewart, is giving real the Führer energy. You're more hyped for UFC 328 or the White House? UFC 328. Grown man sitting in a room alone. All right, I like being alone. I like living alone. Grown man calling himself. All right. Oh my god. Man, I love how Dana looked at both Chimaev and Strickland like, are you fucking cunts? You want to settle it? Then we'll settle it for the belt. I love how Dana was like, how much security do you think we're going to need? The chat is going insane today. The chat has gone insane today. Grown man sitting hunchback right now. Grown man buying a neon sign with his name on it in cute colors. 4570 maxing. Grown man breathing. Grown man doesn't even know James Winston. Dougie has the perfect comb over. I don't have a comb over. All right, here we go. Real men don't pay their taxes. That is true. Yeah. They're about to let's get into the fight. All right, let's go. Come on, let's go. The CT is obvious in the chat today. Something is with the chat today. I'm not going bald. I'm not thinning. I've got thick, dark hair. I've got a floodlight on my hair. You can't see through it. I've got the sickest, darkest hair ever. The trick is Dougie combs it over from the back to the front. I don't. Imavov would honestly sit down and wait because it was organized. He had the title shot. So funny he's gotten fucked up. Yeah, poor Imavov, man. Affirmative action is bullshit. Wow, we are in a mood today, chat. He does clinch. Kai does clinch up, and then he pushes away. Instantly, Kai with the clinch. Let's see if he does it again. I just got to hide the clock here, chat. Oh, big shot there. I blame this on you forcing the BKFC down. Big overhand there from Kai. So he runs in, clinches, and then fucking smacks them hard on the clinch. Seems to be the way that this guy fights. Only by watching 30 seconds. Oh, but this other dude, Stardom, is putting it on him. And that's instantly when Kai starts clinching. I think we've found a new, like, this is the fighter you hate and want to see lose in the BKFC. Grown man proving he had hair onto a screen, proving he has hair to a screen. Thank you. I blame you on forcing BKFC down our throats. BKFC is fun. It's more fun than the UFC. The Fight Society guy is Big H's children of the... What? Just because Fight Society's blonde with a mustache, mate. Hiding the clock like he hides the bald spot. Okay, you're a grown man, by the way. Joshua Van will shock the world. I don't think he will. I think Tatsuro Taira is going to destroy him, mate. Is the wig salesman called a... Yeah, he would be. He would be. Dougie, I'd love to see you grow your hair out. I had... oh, nice shot on the chin there. Let's back that up. Hang on. 8:32 on the clock. 8:32 on the clock. Great shot there. Let's back that up. One more minute. Where am I at? 8:29 on the clock. 8:25 on the clock. Look at this one, chat. This was a beautiful shot down the center. Oh, it was a slip. It was a slip as I watch on the replay. And then he dives right into the clinch and works the body. Jeez, Kai's a little weasel of a thing. Nice jab on the outside there. Yeah, I used to have long hair and a man bun, noob cake. Grown man really arguing with the online tries. I'll never watch boxing again. I'm transitioning to a boxing channel. It's bare knuckle boxing. It's way better. Dana forces worse things down our throats. Exactly right, mate. That sounds very Eric-y. Oh, big swinging overhands from both. Kai wins round one. He's got a lot of energy. He's very in and out. In with big shots, clinches, jumps out with big shots. Are you a fan of women's BKFC? No, I'm not a fan of women's anything. Grown man saying chat. You are the chat. You're the chat. A grown man. That's what I say, Noob Cake. They think they've come up with this great insult, but they really just put the words grown man in front of it. It's not that deep. It's not that deep at all. It's a very Gen Z insult. They think they're getting away with something. I didn't know you were so sensitive about your boyfriend fights. What is the mood of the chat today? What is the mood of the chat today, mate? Who had a man bun? I did have a man bun, yeah. Strategy to minimize damage and stay out of range or crash in on your own terms and exit. That is the strategy, BBC Junior. What do you know? How is the synchronicity of it? You finally want to see a technical BKFC fight, and the first one that we click on today is a technical BKFC fighter. Grown man with zero I have motion! I've got 4,000 subscribers. There were 30 people in here. I have motion, thank you. Grown man still using headphones that feminize him. I don't want to wear a beanie. I think we'll see Bisping and Misfits. He was saying Till offered him a fight or something. Was that a knockdown? Yeah, this guy manages his range like, very in and out style. Very similar to like Bobby Green. Hands down, playing with the head. Big lean in hook. Body. Looks for the chin. Nice shot to the top. Tells him to get back up. Plays to the crowd a little bit. Long straight to the body. Dancing around. Kai Stewart's a prick of a thing to fight. Hooks on the outside. Wobble stardom. Rip to the body. Let's see if we can... we'll end this round. And then we'll go and look at how his opponent fights. We'll see how the challenger fights. And then we'll try and chase down some interviews. Let's just finish this round. I'm going to read the rest of these chats, though. Do you think we'll see Bisping and Misfits? No, I don't think we'll ever see Bisping and Misfits. No, his retina keeps getting detached. He's talked about this. Like, he's bad. He's got one eye left. And his one good eye is already having eye problems. I don't think we'll ever see him in Misfits. If he fucks up that retina, he will be, like, legitimately just blind. This channel isn't the only thing transitioning Mrs. Duggan Lee's. What is this today? The chat needs to bust or something. I know the chat needs to go and just crank one out today. Bully's corner turn into the bullied corner. Wait, whoa. When have I ever bullied anyone? I don't bully people, but I never bully anyone except MMA Joey, that fat retarded cunt. Grown man with an IMAX screen for a forehead. I don't know what you're talking about. I have no idea what you're talking about, mate. Grown man still being named UFC 321. Grown man doesn't believe in fixing the crime rate. Oh, right, Eric, for fuck's sake. Oh, my God. We have likes. When did we hit 4K? 2 or 3 days ago? Grown man plans on living in a van. Yeah, it's freedom. Van equals freedom. A van is freedom. Thank you very much. Watching 1992 space movie. No, we're never watching that. If you're weak, the headphones make you gay. You deserve to be. I mean, the headphones do make you gay. It's scientifically proven. But not hitting the like button. Okay, has a shirt on. Well, okay. Hey, sir, I saw something with Francis Ngannou and MVP. So he's fighting Michael Venom Page for real. That's a brutal KO incoming. How are you, the humongous Dick Rick? Good to see you. Welcome to the channel. No, he's fighting on a promotion called the Most Valuable Productions. That is the promotion that... Most Valuable Promotions. So he's fighting someone on a promotion called MVP. He is not fighting the fighter known as MVP. Grown man with a detached retina. Yeah, poor old Michael Bisping. Grown man still bullying his chat members. I don't bully anybody, you dickheads. Grown man telling other grown men to crank one out. Yes. Trust scientists as much as Dougie trusts his government. That is fair. I don't trust scientists at all. Like the stream, dickheads! Dick Rick is definitely fitting in with today's chat. Definitely. 40 seconds left, and then we'll go and check out his opponent. I think I've got a pretty good read on how Kai Stewart fights. Very in-out, doesn't mind a clinch, sets the fight at his own terms. He will not stay in range. He'll either fight all the way out using his very long reach, or he'll fight all the way in using a clinch. I understand his fight style now. I can predict his patterns. I am a supercomputer of combat sports. Rip to the body from Stewart as well. And then into the clinch. Grown man watching grown men watching grown men. Okay, thank you. This guy fell in love with Michael Bisping. How stupid is that? Bisping was great back in the day. Bisping was awesome back in his prime. When he was a champion, Bisping was the best. when he was standing at the back of the arena just doing the steroid thing to Yoel Romero. That was goated, man. I'm a casual. I knew MVP was fighting this weekend. He's a dead man versus Ngannou. He's not fighting Francis Ngannou. He's fighting on a promotion called MVP. MVP is fighting Sam Patterson this weekend on a promotion called the UFC. I just said that. Thank you, Cheddarhead, for the 10 gifted memberships. I really appreciate that, Cheddarhead. You're a bloody legend, man. Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate the 10 gifted memberships so much, Cheddarhead. Thank you so much for the $15, Cheddarhead. You're a legend, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that so much. I appreciate that so much, man. Thank you, Cheddarhead. Grown man sitting in front of a camera for a right, stupid corner. Have you ever seen a fighter dramatically change his style? Yeah, Valentina Shevchenko. She used to be a pretty awesome kickboxer, and now she's a wrestler, brother. So yeah, Valentina Shevchenko had a pretty big style switch up. We need a Burger King crossover with a KFC crossover so we can do a BKFC event. You know what? For the next BKFC stream, I will order Hungry Jacks and KFC, and we'll do a BKFC stream. That'll be hilarious. Thank you so much, Cheddarhead. Grown man getting gifts. Thank you. I appreciate the gifts, Cheddarhead. My brother got a gift. Yay! Good for my brother. He can watch the Vietnam vlog. In all fairness to Dougie, the headphones you have don't actually go in your ears, so there's likely not as much plastic absorption in the ear. Now, that doesn't mean it doesn't have its own problems. Yes, but look, these ones are not Bluetooth, and I've got them turned up super loud, so they don't actually touch my ear. Yeah, I'm getting a barrier between the gayness and my ears. MVP is going to lose to Francis. God damn it. Cheddarhead is always so generous. He is Noob Cake. He's the OG of generosity. Cheddarhead is the best to do it. He's the best to ever do it. Best there ever was. Hooker changed his style and his sexual orientation. I don't think Dan Hooker changed his style at all. The Yoel steroid thing was funny. That was his only good bit. No, the entire Luke Rockhold press conference. Grown men donating money. This MVP card is pretty far away. Do you think we'll see other big names announced on it? Absolutely we will. Anderson Silva was approached to fight on the card, but Anderson Silva turned it down because he is in the middle of his police training and he's not able to take the time off. He's got to stay in the academy. So yeah, they are approaching anyone and everyone. Grown man saying thank you to other grown men. Grown men saying thank you for handouts. Aussie wasn't a member. No, my brother isn't a member, the skimpy bastard. How much Cheddar does Cheddarhead have a top 10 gifted subs every stream? Cheddarhead is always a goat of every community. Long time fan here. Well, thank you, IvorXU. I really appreciate that, man. I don't have any fans. I just got a bunch of boys that I watch MMA with, and I'm pretty sure they hate me. But thank you so much for enjoying the channel for such a long time, brother. I really appreciate that. Shout out to all the ghost listeners out there. And I'm not pointing this one at you, Ivoru, but yesterday on the live stream that was deleted, so the only way you could know about this is if you were watching the stream live, but we got rid of William Chatey yesterday, and some bloke in the Discord this morning, well, all night while I was asleep, was like, how dare you get rid of William Chatey? So there's people in the live streams that are just ghost listening. Now, I know YouTube's screwing with my numbers because I had the chat talking to me all week on the weekend, and we literally hit 0 viewers while the chat was going off. So thank you to the ghost listeners out there. I really appreciate it. And especially thank you, Avorexu. I appreciate you, man, for watching the channel for such a long time. Ilya switched up his style big time, had a karate stance, took a year off, and came back as a boxer. That's true. Ilya Tapuria started off as a grappler as well with the karate stance. Now I'm craving KFC. How good is KFC, though? Yeah, you guys call Burger King Hungry Jacks. I forgot about that. Yes, we do. Even Dougie's brother doesn't support him. He bought me my drone for a Christmas present a couple of years ago. Dougie said, as long as the cock never enters, it's not gay. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. No. That's not what I said, right? If you touch another man in any way sexually or the plastic of a headphones, you're gay.
Why are you gay? You are gay.
Where am I? Dan Hooker changed his look. Yeah, he changed his look, but not his fight style. Luke and Mike are both douchebags. Yeah, it's great. Dougie, if you're not wearing them, why not just unplug the headphones? Because I can hear it. It's turned up so loud, I can hear it. Grown man in a police academy. All right. Grown man believing he actually had a fan. I don't have fans. Grown man calling himself. All right. I lurk all the time. Thank you, Moody Wizard. I appreciate that, man. A bunch of. All right. Noob Cake is the worst Dougie's Corner fan. Everyone here loves Dougie more than Noob Cake loves Dougie. Combat Catholic is a ghost listener. Combat Catholic is a ghost listener. Noob Cake isn't a fan. We don't have any fans. I missed the stream yesterday. What happened? The fabled Hex card was purchased yesterday, and we watched the Hex card, and you could hear me and Nacho and Bilal screaming into the cage, and then you could hear the opposite teams screaming back at us, yelling fuck the casuals, because we were booing so much every time the bloke in the pink shorts took down the striker. And then the CT, like, as they pulled out of the arena in that Apex style thing that they do, you know, when they show the entire arena, the arena was so small, and me, Nacho, Bilal, and my brother were sitting in the front row. You could see me stand up, Nacho stand up, and lock in a standing guillotine on me on the broadcast. We released the Hex files yesterday and then deleted them. This chat has been risen up against a bully. I'm not a bully. Thoughts on this 3-leg multi-bet? Evloev, Shemaev, and Tapuria plus 106. It's not too shabby odds for some big favorites. That's not too bad at all for some heavy favorites. Yeah, Deshaun. Yeah, go for that, man. Police academies are useless. Just to... what is with the chat today? I reckon we could see Masvidal added to the MVP card. I think we will, Jim. I lied. I've just been freeloading off gifted subs for 2 months now. Whatever. Enjoy it either way you want, dude. The video paused. Is not even listening to anything. I just wants to... The video is paused. He's not even listening to anything. He just wants to... I was playing it before, idiot. Let me see the stream. No, it's deleted. Imagine missing the Hex files, dude. Imagine missing the Hex files. Everyone knows I'm the one bringing the clout to this channel with my celebrity status, my affiliation with Batman, the most beloved superhero. I thought you didn't know anything about Batman. Dougie started waving his arms and screaming, let me go, let me go. No. Mosquito last week and Alex Pereira this week. Goon maxing. Oh, yeah. They're the good stuff. Right, let's check out this bloke's opponent. All right, so we now know how old Kai Stewart's going to fight. What about old Nicholas GAFFIE? 29 years old. 3 wins in bare knuckle. 3 wins in bare knuckle. His last fight was for a championship. Interesting. What was this championship fight that he won? And it was a round 1 KO. Get the fuck out of here. This is why I love the BKFC. This is why I love the BKFC. This is his Tapology photo. This is his Tapology photo. This is Nicholas GAFFIE's This cannot be. Surely this is a stand-in from Tapology. This cannot be his Tapology photo. What an absolute legend of a thing. Right, Nicholas GAFFIE versus Jelly Zegas. What are these names, mate? What are these fucking names over at the BKFC? What is this company? Oh my god almighty. Alright, search the BKFC library. Let's have a look. The fight we found... They don't have it in their library. Oh my god. It's a great organization, I tell you, chat. It's one of the best organizations in the world. Let's see if we can find it on YouTube then. They don't have that fight there. Of course they don't. Why would they? Why would they have a main event? Nicholas GAFFIE versus old Jiggy Titties. Alright, they got shorts of it. They got shorts of it over at the BKFC. We'll check out... It only goes for 30 seconds. We'll check out one of the shorts. Let me read some chats. Grown man named Big Jim. We love Big Jim. No, Doug, you got it all wrong. Batman and I go, oh, all right, you and Batman are good mates. Okay, I didn't know that. All right, real Bruce Wayne. Well, thank you for letting me know, mate. I didn't know that, but there you go. You and Batman are good mates, are you, mate? Still Monday. That's good. Yeah, but it's Tuesday where I am, so, you know. He beat Chuck, no, he destroyed Chuck Norris. Yes, Hamzat or Strickland Chimaev, who wins? Hamzat Strickland or Sean Chimaev, who wins? Hamzat Strickland. I think, chat, and if you don't mind, chat, I'm just going to, before we really lock in and look at some more BKFC stuff for 5 minutes, I think Hamzat Chimaev's going to stand with Sean Strickland. I think Khamzat Chimaev is going to stand and bang with Sean Strickland. I think Sean Strickland constantly talking trash about Khamzat Chimaev has annoyed the hell out of Khamzat Chimaev. And the reason that he has brought in Khalil Roundtree, who is, of course, a stand-up Muay Thai striker, is so that Khamzat Chimaev can get off some striking rounds. And I think we are going to see Khamzat Chimaev try and stand with Sean Strickland and really hurt him. Maybe shoot 1 or 2 takedowns early and then let them go to put the idea of takedowns in Sean Strickland's head. And then I think we're going to see Khamzat Chimaev standing with Sean Strickland and really trying to punish him for everything that he said. That's why he's locked in and training with Khalil Roundtree right now. Just my take, but I think that's what we're going to see. NPC names, that's what they use when you have no photo. I thought it must be when they have no photo. I thought so. Dougie moves our needle. That's disgusting. Anyone on Tapology without a photo? I thought so. If you don't have an official 5 photo, all right, yeah, I thought so, guys. No wonder he got the Uzis in his hands. He's goated from Tapology. That's goated from Tapology. That is good from Tapology. Ian Gary is Chuck Norris. No, Chuck Norris is cool. And Gary is gay. If Batman was real, he would get called because all the crime would be coming from them. Okay, all right. Chuck Norris would have lost 2 minutes in the crucible of Hex, which I lasted 2 minutes in, caught on CCTV footage. Batman for sure would help with the ice raids. He would help. Grown man skipped me noticing his targeted constipation ads. I'm not in control of the ads. I'd be standing and banging in the alley, but no punches were thrown. Disgusting. I was thinking the same thing. Yeah, right? It's going to happen, yeah? It's going to happen. Chimaev has dropped Khalil in all of their sparring footage. Why is Khalil getting brain damage just for training? Whatever, Johnny, whatever. Great strategy for Khamzat to lose. Yeah, but he can always go back to the wrestling if it's not going well. That is actually a very crafty take, Dougie. We haven't seen anyone talk of the level of smack to Chimaev as the Storm has. That's why I think that's a crafty take. God, this bloke is yapping, isn't he? That's what I do, Chino. It's a live stream. It's a talking head YouTube channel. That's what I do. This is a talking head YouTube. Yapping is sort of the deal. I yap, you respond, then we have a little bit of a back and forth. That's kind of the point of the channel, mate. Chimaev had small gloves and Khalil had boxing gloves. Yes, but Khalil wasn't wearing headgear. Chimaev is so fucked. I hope so, Mitch. Would be great to see if Khamzat smokes Sean with the first straight right that he throws. Well, again, remember, guys, these people's strikings always open up after a bit of the wrestling has gotten off, so we could see that happening. You didn't read Justin Tratz correctly about Gary? Well, too bad. Read my Ian Gary comment, but slowly. God damn it, couldn't you have just typed it again? Grown man skipping targeted ads. Ian Gary is Cuck Norris. Is Cuck Norris. That's funnier. That's funny. That's funnier than how my dyslexia read it. That is funnier. Grown man can't read. You know I'm retarded. Chimaev by double spinning back fist? Maybe. Grown man skipped 2 of my comments responding to... Yeah, because you guys are just being racist. Dougie needs more fiber. I've got plenty of fiber, thank you. Grown man think people want to hear him. Yeah, it's the point of the channel! Is I yap and you respond. The aura that the Storm possesses once he has knocked out Khamzat Chimaev, one of the most powerful celebrities on earth. Well, one of the biggest stars in the UFC. I wonder if we'll see the Durka brothers back on the channel after Sean Strickland finishes him. Do we know who Sean's training with? He better not just be playing touch part with that dork Chris Curtis. I think Sean Strickland is relentlessly training wrestling. That's why every time you see him, he's in his skimpy little American outfit. Sean is a crafty grown man pick. Crafty grown man pick. Yes, he is. Grown man listening to other men's and all right. We will let G. All right. Why can't the grappler just fight how Khabib fought against Barbozi? I don't know, Junior. I don't know. They're scared to open up ground and pound because people know how to weasel their way out of bottom position now. Dougie's toilet seat. What? See that Nacho, grown man caring about cock and not Chuck. All right. I can see Sean stuffing takedown number 1, but what about takedown number 2 and number 3 and number 4? Didn't you see Chris Masterclass on the weekend? Chimaev is coming to strike. I think he is. Dougie, how 2 fuzzy pink dice? And Dougie has 2 fuzzy pink. Right. Let's have a look at this bloke's fight. Gaffie versus Zeggers. Which one's Gaffie? Gaffie's in the blue gloves, chat. Gaffie is in the blue gloves. Let's hide the clock. There we go. They'll hide the clock. That's good. Oh, nasty combination. Oh! Jesus. Is there more or is that it? Just destroyed him with a tasty combination. God, he ate one to give one. God, I love the BKFC. God, I love the BKFC. That is gold. All right, let me read some chats. And that's it, boys. That is it. You know, we've done another good day, chat. Another good day in the books, chat. You know what I'm saying? Another good one. Another solid day in the books, chat. I'm proud of all of us. I'm proud of all of us. Yeah, we've done great, chat. Another solid day in the books, chat. You know? Another solid day. Where am I up to? Imagine not putting your life savings on the luck of the week. You know it's always going to land. Nacho's luck of the week. Dougie waits for other men to heat up the toilet seat first. That's disgusting. Grown man digging in his butt and then pretending to scratch his nose to hide the fact he's taking a sniff test while What the fuck, dude? He definitely stuffs takedown 2, but not 3, and definitely doesn't stuff, but he definitely stuffs 4. Oh, so he's going to stuff takedown 1, takedown 2, get hit with takedown 3, but then stuff takedown 4 again. You should bet on that, real Bruce Wayne. Polymarket would probably allow it. No gloves in the BKFC, no shit. Rigo did touch butt in the park during school. Disgusting. It's called bare knuckle. Dougie, you genius. There are no gloves. What did I say? I said red gloves, blue. I meant straps. Are you guys really going to pull me up on that? Of course you are, because you guys pull me up on literally everything. Watching BKFC when you should be doing tape study to release the Sam Patterson is going to slime out MVP. Sam Patterson is not going to slime out MVP. He is not going to slime out MVP. All right? He is not going to slime out MVP. Dougie is a Zegler lover. You drinking tonight? I might have one or two. 5-minute stream. It was an hour and a half. It was an hour and a half. It's beat. I've done everything. I've done all my work. I've gone to the gym. I made my video. I went and plastered. I did my live stream. I'm going to make a clip out of this. I've done everything. I've done my job. Why are you so mean to me? I've done nothing to you. I've done everything I need to do. I've done all my work for the day. I don't understand. Why are you so mean to me? I've done nothing wrong. I've done nothing wrong. Why are you so mean to me? I don't understand. Patterson Marauder. Alright, I'm leaving. No, I'm leaving. Goodbye, chat. Goodbye. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. That was a great Aspinall impression. I've got to find that fucking meme. What is that meme? Where is that meme? That is so good. The kid. There he is, the fucking kid. I love him so much. It's so fucking funny.
I don't understand. I did nothing wrong to you. You know that I can't play, I can't run, I can't hang out with friends outside, I don't understand.
Literally how chat treats me. I don't understand why you're still mean to me. I've done nothing wrong. I've made the video, I've done the stream, I'm gonna make the short. I've done nothing wrong. Alright guys, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a good one. Oh, chat was on fucking chat was on one today, man. Chat was fucking on one today. Armin posted that on his Instagram story. I know, dude. It was gold. Aspinall to Dana White. Fucking Armin to Dana White. Insanity, boys. Actual insanity. Chat was insane today. You know what you did? I've done everything I've promised you, chat. No stream tomorrow. Gaming stream tomorrow. We're on the Hilltop channel tomorrow. Hilltop gaming stream tomorrow. If you want to hang out, we'll be playing Five Nights at Freddy's 5 or 10, or maybe another go at RimWorld to see if who will land on RimWorld. Will Noob Cake be eaten by wolves? Will Paul die of diarrhea? Who knows? We'll see what game we'll play tomorrow. So tomorrow's stream is going to be over on the Hilltop Gaming channel. Subscribe to that. Details below, or just stay tuned to the Discord. I will post when I go live there. But there will be an MMA video tomorrow, and that's that. I played $100 for a specific game. Then we'll do Five Nights at Freddy's. Grown-ass man naming his channel after other men. RimWorld sounds amazing. RimWorld is really good. Dougie's rimming grown man Jewing. I'm not Jewing you. We played it last week. You did spend another $100, so we will play it again this week. But that's it. I'm out of here, chat. Goodbye. I appreciate you all so much. Thank you, Cheddarhead, for the $15. Thank you guys for being insane this week. I will see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye. Goodbye.